Everybody, Mark Comfort here, the owner of Cruise Holidays and Comfort Tours here in Kansas City, talking about the AWG members trip that we will be doing September 18th through the 28th of 2026 with a 3-night pre-package. If you still want to do that, we can get you on starting September 15th, 16th, 17th in Rome. Today, I want to talk to you just about the shore excursion opportunities and what's available. This is a world-class destination. Seriously, it is. When you hit Italy, Greece, and Croatia all in one cruise on a spectacular cruise ship, the Celebrity Cruise Line ship, the Ascent, in a perfect time of the year to be traveling in the Mediterranean. That's kind of the trifecta, a grand slam home run, if you will. So today I'm just going to talk to you about shore excursion options, because I know a lot of you want to be making shore excursion decisions now, or at least well before we go. And at the end of this, we have an option for a third-party company that we use a lot. It's not through Celebrity. It's your decision as what you want to do. You know, the cruise lines like Celebrity, they are pretty proud of their shore excursions, and you know they're in business to make money. So theirs are usually the most expensive way to do a tour, but also the safest way to do a tour, meaning they will know when you are back on the ship if it runs late or there's a problem with the motor coach or whatever it might be, traffic, who knows. Hey, anyway, so let's talk about this. I just, oh my gosh. And I will be your host on this. One of my independent contractors, Brad Clark, will be there with us to help you through this. We will have some wow events that are going to be special, so we'll let you know when those are completed. They're almost completed, but I so appreciate all of you. I know how hard you work. I know you deserve and need a stress-free vacation, and that's what we're going to provide you this coming September. My gosh, I guess if you think about it, June, July, August, September, 4 months from now, we'll be going. Okay, let's go through it. Here we go. From Rome, we will start on the cruise and we will cruise to Sicily. Sicily is a great, great stop in Italy. Fabulous stop. By the way, home of a lot of history there. The Godfathers started in Sicily. Mount Etna is there. Taormina, one of my favorite places in all of Italy, is there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you, I've been to this destination 3 times, some of these places 4 times. So I'm going to just give you maybe the ones that are, you know, I'm assuming this will be your first time there. So my point very simply will be, I'll tell you the ones that are, in my opinion, the best ones to see as much as you can see and learn as much as you can learn and experience as much as you can experience of the culture in these areas. So a good rule of thumb, if you see a tour called the Destination Highlights that Celebrity offers, like in this case, lovely Taormina. Gosh, Taormina is just a phenomenal old Roman village, if you will, with the narrow cobblestone streets, a lot of shopping, sits up high on that beautiful island of Sicily, overlooking the Mediterranean, with a spectacular Roman amphitheater that is in still great, great shape. I think if I remember right, arguably they've got maybe one of the smallest or narrow streets in the world in Taormina. So there's that to do Taormina, and then a lot of offshoots from that. Like if you see the second one down, exclusively Sicily small group, which handles both Mount Etna and Taormina. My gosh, those are 2 fabulous options to do. So I might encourage you to consider that. And if you want to do just Mount Etna, maybe you've been to Sicily before, or the history of the area doesn't appeal to you that much. There's cannoli tasting, a local jewelry workshop. There is another small group that goes back to where literally from history, where the Godfathers started in Sicily. Okay, then we go across the Mediterranean. We're a day at sea before we get to Greece, and we're going to stop at one of the places where the original Olympics was held, what would that be, 2,000 years ago, a little over that, I guess, really. And Olympia, Greece is a spectacular place, beautiful place, kind of on a peninsula where you can see the Mediterranean all over, and it's just gorgeous. Now here, there's a lot less to do. So one of the, and by the way, please understand, you know, the ruins of Olympia, if there's 2,000 or 3,000 years worth of ruins, there's just ruins, right? So, but going there, I've done it. It's I think well worth it. The views up there are beautiful, and then there is a gorgeous beach there called the Croatia beach, and there's a transfer to go to that beach tour. Moving on from Olympia, the next stop in Greece is Corfu, which is just an idyllic area in Greece. Just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It's not one of the Greek islands that are so very famous like Mykonos or Santorini, but nonetheless spectacular. So you'll love Corfu. There's so much to do there. These are little smaller ports too, which I personally like. And I'll be on the cruise with you. So there's so much to do in that area. And these are maybe the highlights. By the way, this would be a good place if you like four-wheel adventures. There's the 4x4 adventure thing that is good if you're into cooking. That cooking demonstration. I have not done that, but I hear it's great. And then you know, in Greece, they've been making wine for many thousands of years. So the winery there with the Old Town walking tour would be good. But remember, once again, when you see destination highlights, that's one of the best things to do to learn the overall, what's important, what you should see, what you should learn, what you should experience in that area. Okay. When you see small group, that just means usually a group on Celebrity is determined by a motor coach. A motor coach would be 40 to 45 people. Small groups would be half of that, 20 to 22 people. Okay, so just smaller groups, right? Now, again, if you've not been to Dubrovnik, you know, outside of Rome, and there's going to be a lot of highlights, but Dubrovnik is truly one of the most fabulous ports of call and history, historic areas, and beautiful areas because it's mountainous as can be. You see the old walled city that Dubrovnik is so famous for. Yeah, you're going to love, love, love Dubrovnik. And my gosh, by the way, there's dozens of things to do in all of these ports that are a little bit bigger, like Dubrovnik. What I might recommend there, that small group, I personally like small groups, just the smaller the better. Historic walls of the Old Town walking tour. You do have to be pretty good about walking, being able to walk well, because this is on this would be where the archers and over the centuries the gunmen were on the very top of the walls of the walled city, walking around there, and you'll learn all about the history of the city of Dubrovnik. The next one is not walking on the walls on the top of the walls of the castle, the fortress, but it's just walking through the town, and it's the highlights. Next, there is, and by the way, if you've been there to Dubrovnik before, the last two might be something for you to think about. There's a beautiful cable car there in Dubrovnik that takes you up to the top of the mountains to look down on the walled city and the whole city of Dubrovnik. And then last but not least, Dubrovnik by land and sea is always kind of a best of, because there's some rivers, there's a lot of bays, harbors, inlets that you can see that area from the land part walking and the sea on a little ferry boat that takes you around. Another fabulous stop, and by the way, we're here till 8 o'clock at night. This is one of the things I love about Celebrity. They stay at these ports a little bit longer. These new cruise ships are much faster than the old cruise ships were, so they can stay later in ports like Split or Bar. But Split is a beautiful town. Candidly, I've not been there, but every place I have been there one time. I apologize. And I got onto a Game of Thrones tour by mistake. It was just so funny. The person I was with wanted to go, and I had no idea it was Game of Thrones. And we went up into the mountains and saw this spectacular castle where they shot a lot of the the Game of Thrones TV program. Split, Croatia, right on the, and by the way, a lot of these ports are right on the water. So again, destination highlights is one of the things that I recommend strongly, just learning about Split. And by the way, this is one of the cities that you can spend some time in without doing anything, without doing a tour. I'd recommend like a city tour in the morning and then go to a cafe right on the ocean there. Split would be a great place to do that. Then there, if you've been to Split before, there are a couple of cities in that area, Salona and Trogar, that are well worth seeing. Very ancient medieval villages. I think this might be cool. The small group, and frankly, I'm thinking about doing this one. Not going to go up into the national park, although the national park looks fabulous too there. But the small group split by electric tuk-tuk, I think that would be kind of fun. I will tell you this national park, it's one of the most scenic, beautiful places with a waterfall through there in all of Croatia. And as you probably know, Croatia is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. The tourism has just exploded going to that gorgeous country. Okay, now going just south of Croatia is a country that's a relatively new country called Montenegro. It kind of borders up against Croatia, Albany, and Greece. And again, it's a seaport village, as a lot of these places are. Now, this will be another one like Corfu of the small little places that you'll go to. And we're here till 8 o'clock at night. So if you want to get off the ship and eat in the village, not only just for lunch, but dinner too, because the ship's there till 8 o'clock at night, you most certainly can do that. Just make sure you get back on the ship on time, okay? And again, Treasures of Southern Montenegro, that would be a very good one. It's a destination highlight tour. I have been there to Montenegro. I love Montenegro. It's one of these beautiful mountainous regions with this fabulous fjord. And by the way, I'll get to this. I think I'm going to do Albany because I'm a country counter. I've been to 112 countries, and Albany I have not been to, so that'd be my 113th. The destination highlights where East meets West, the best of bar, that would be a good one too. And by the way, a longer tour, that would be worth it if you've heard of the UNESCO World Heritage Site, city of Kotor, Montenegro. And that's the 16-mile fjord that goes in from the Adriatic Sea to this beautiful old walled city. Now, you will take a motor coach. It's an hour and 25-minute motor coach from Bar to Kotor. You'll get to see, learn all about the Kotor region, have lunch there, and it's an hour and a half ride back, remember? So it's a 7-hour total tour. Now, we are looking to do one of the WOW events right here in the later part of the afternoon or evening. If we do, we'll have it after everybody gets back from their tours, and we'll let you know well before that. Okay, then we spend a day at sea coming back from Montenegro to Naples. And Naples, this is the last port you will get to go to. And boy, there's, oh my gosh, there's so much to see in this area. From Pompeii, you see the Mount Vesuvius in the picture there. That tour is well worth going to. I've been there twice, and I would go back in a heartbeat. I probably will do that one. The other thing is you can go to Sorrento, or you can go to Capri, or take a boat ride through the Amalfi coastline, which is just breathtakingly beautiful. So depending on whether you've been there or not, if you have not been, that top one, the Amalfi Coast by Motor Launch in Pompeii, is well worth seeing. If you have been to Naples and you haven't been to Capri, that would be worth going to. Or that third one down, that landscapes, the breathtaking landscapes of the Amalfi Coast in Capri, that's by boat, and it's beautiful there. Same way as Sorrento. If you've not been to Sorrento, it's well worth seeing too. So lots and lots and lots of decisions for you, but you can't make a wrong decision. So if you want to learn history about Mount Vesuvius and Pompeii, I'd say be sure to do that. To me, that's a must-see destination. Okay, now it happened with us when we took the AWG group to Alaska that many of the people that had booked the trips months and months and months and months ago had, in Alaska especially, there's fewer people that can go on a lot of those tours, so they sold out real quick. If any of the celebrity cruises, shore excursions are sold out, or you just want to save some money, this is an option that we have used for many years. They're reputable. They really do a great job, called the Shore Excursions Group. And we will send a link. The link that's in this webinar that you're watching now will have the link to the special website that we have set up, that if you so desire to book something different than a celebrity shore excursion, this is a very reputable third-party company that we've used for many years at Cruise Holidays that can save you some money and give you maybe some different options of some tours to do too. Again, called the Shore Excursion Group. Well, I would tell you, those of you that are going to go on this, you're going to have a fabulous time. I think you will love that. I know you'll love that Celebrity Ascent ship. It's their new evolution of their most modern, state-of-the-art ships that Celebrity cruises. And by the way, Celebrity's owned by Royal Caribbean. It's their premium line, above Royal Caribbean in quality. It's smaller, I think 3,200 passengers when it's full, and I'm pretty sure this will be full. So if you have a question, by the way, if you know anybody else that might want to go, I think we still have, I can't remember what it is, 6 or 7, 8 maybe staterooms left in our group allotment. And tell them about this. The time of the year is fabulous. The weather is great that time of the year. The crowds are gone from the summer rush in that part of the world of tourism. And the itinerary, Italy, Greece, Croatia, just you can't beat it. Well, hey, please remember us for your other vacations too. I'll be a little self-serving here. We've used AWG and Cruise Holidays, the company my wife Mimi and I own. We've worked together now for, gosh, it's well over 15 years. I think this is the 16th or 17th AWG members trip we've done. But remember us, we do more than just groups. We do a lot of individual, we do hundreds of thousands of people's vacations all over the world. Ocean cruises, river cruises, all-inclusive resorts, rail travel, the hosted land tours. We do all of that. And we are a specialty agency, and the type of people that we have 27 employees, so much like Ashley and Lynette. They are just fabulously caring, helpful, knowledgeable professionals that can help you with your vacation. But today, this is all about shore excursions. So I will look forward to seeing you all in Rome. I do encourage everybody, please, if you've not made your pre-cruise plans yet, to make them. And please, please, please go in a minimum of 1 night before the cruise leaves. I know sometimes you all are very busy and time is of the essence. And I know this is a 10-day cruise, but the reality is, gosh, Rome is a world-class city. You should see it. And even if you've been there once, twice, 3, 4 times like I have, there's always so much more to see. But you'll see the highlights with what we're doing on the 3-night, 4-day pre-package. We have all the transfers arranged to get you from the airport to your hotel. We're staying in a beautiful Westin hotel. And then we have the transfers arranged to get you from Rome to the cruise ship in Civitavecchia, the port city for Rome. So do a minimum of 1 night pre. And if you can, spend your kids' inheritance and go in a few days early and see that wonderful city, that historic world-class city of Rome. Okay, everybody, Mark Comfort here on behalf of Lynette Talge and Ashley Faulkner at Cruise Holidays in our group department. Now you can have some ideas about what to do for your shore excursions. Thanks so much. We look forward to seeing you then. And remember, if you have anybody else that you know that might want to go on this spectacular vacation cruise experience, have them let us know. We'll get them booked, okay? Take care. All the best. Look forward to seeing you in Rome. Bye.